Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy Brotherhood Gaming HD here today, and this just pretty much proves that Call of Duty is a monopoly. There's a reason why it's one of the top-selling games year after year. It doesn't matter if it's Call of Duty Vanguard. It doesn't matter if it's Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 2019, or even Cold War for that matter. Even though Call of Duty Vanguard did end up selling over 30 million copies, and this is from Charlie Intel, by the way, and he does also end up stating in a separate tweet that, as a reminder, said that Call of Duty Vanguard was underperformed expectations, and that just proves the point that Call of Duty is a monopoly. It proves that it doesn't matter if it was a shit game like Call of Duty Vanguard, even though some people did love Vanguard, don't get me wrong on that one, but it just proves to the point that they can release a half-ass made product like Vanguard and still make 30 million copies sold regardless of the name. And I've also looked up some different sources as well for Call of Duty Modern for 2019. They also ended up selling around 30 million copies as well. And then I believe it was, I can't remember if it was Vanguard or I think it was Modern for 2 2022. They ended up selling I think like 8 million. They ended up selling like a crap ton of copies with like in the first 3 days. That's most because of the fact that it was one of the, because of Modern Warfare 2, the name is what carried it. But that's the point. The point I'm trying to make here is the fact that Call of Duty is a juggernaut for a reason. Why do you think Call of Duty is able to get away with what they are capable of getting away with, selling 30 plus million units slash copies per year, regardless if it's Vanguard, Cold War, Modern Warfare 2019, Modern Warfare 2 2022, currently Modern Warfare 3, and the next game being Call of Duty Black Ops Gulf War from Treyarch. It will sell. It will sell for a reason. As long as it has the name Call of Duty, sorry, right there, within the title, it will continue to generate money for Activision. It will continue to generate money for Microsoft as well. And while all of that is being made ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching on the background, Warzone, on the other hand, is also bringing in all these free-to-play players as well. And while they're buying bundles on the back end, on the back burner, on Warzone, we got people on the other end buying the yearly games year after year. And it doesn't matter if the next game's gonna be shit. It doesn't matter if we complain that last year's game was better. Even that's nostalgia kicking in, saying, you know what, last year's COD wasn't that bad. And if you look at it, regardless of the whole entire situation, Call of Duty will sell. It will sell like hotcakes. There's a reason why there's no other competitor out there that can compete with something like Call of Duty, mostly because of the fact that the movement is so fluent from game to game, and that also does depend on person to person and depending on which era they mostly feel comfortable with. But back to the topic at hand here. It doesn't matter at the end of the day because of the fact that Call of Duty is just a big name. There's a reason why they have a CDL league. There's a reason why they have a COD shop that sells Call of Duty merchandise. There's a reason why we see stuff being promoted within the stores, on YouTube. It doesn't matter on how much that this game it doesn't matter because Vanguard was one of the most underperformed games of its time. And the fact that it sold 30 million copies literally blows my freaking mind because I thought it was less than that. I thought it was like maybe around like 10 million, maybe 1,000 copies. But the fact that it was 30 freaking million copies sold, even though I did contribute to that, back topic at hand here, but it just proves that Call of Duty is just a big name. It doesn't matter that the game is shit. It doesn't matter if, the movement doesn't feel right. And even though Warzone's also Warzone Mobile, I'm sorry. Warzone Mobile is another reason, but again, that's for the free-to-play players. But back topic at hand here again, I'm sorry, I'm getting offside here, getting offsides, but it just proves that Activision, Call of Duty, and Microsoft can get away with anything that they can put their mind to. There's a reason why they're able to price these games $70+ and ship out a half-ass made product. It's because at the end of the day, Call of Duty will be making money, either through their online Call of Duty store where they're selling like Call of Duty named merchandise, or through stores like Target and Walmart, for example, or if they're even selling the Call of Duty title physically or digitally, it does not matter, depending on what you prefer on those two separate issues on their own. And then on top of that, you got the freaking COD shop here within Call of Duty, with these weapon bundles at the end of the day. It doesn't matter, because if you look at it like this, from the Call of Duty store, from the yearly sales that we have with Call of Duty, with promotions from the CDL, advertising, all of this, if you look at it like this, all of this stuff feeds back into Call of Duty. There's a reason why, even though the sales do end up underperforming money-wise, I think it was from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 19 all the way to Vanguard, I believe. I think Vanguard was the lowest selling point, if I remember right. But if you just look at it like that, and you look at the track record of how much money they made, it doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, Call of Duty will always be a big name. Call of Duty will always be the juggernaut of the FPS realm, the first of the FPS realm overall. We've had other games that came for freaking Call of Duty, for crying out loud. We've had X Defiant, even though that game is still in limbo, but we've had Titanfall. We've had other knockoff game. We've had other small indie games that have tried to copy and paste and try to make their game feel not as similar to Call of Duty, but feel like that old school-esque feel. But no game has managed to perfect that. And why do you think Call of Duty is one of the biggest games year after year on sales? And even though the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 29, even though Modern Warfare 3 was made a joke at the Game Awards, that's a whole different. I have a separate video for that one somewhere in my tab over there. But it just proves that at the end of the day, if you just look at it like this, Call of Duty will always be the juggernaut. Call of Duty will always be the big dog. Sure, we'll have these underdogs coming in trying to take the throne, but we've never had nothing close to literally trying to come for that throne. We've never had anything similar to that at all, even though we've had X Defiant, we have open betas, we have closed betas, and that's the closest thing that we do have to Call of Duty in its own type of way. But overall, it just continues to prove that even Call of Duty is a monopoly. It's a monopoly for a reason. There's a reason why there's no other competitor, no other FPS out there that can compete with something this fluent when it comes to movement, gun effects, gun sounds, just the whole 9 yards. What makes Call of Duty what it is today. And it will continue to be a monopoly until somebody can dethrone Call of Duty. And there's a reason why Call of Duty is king, for a reason. It's the king of the FPS realm. And it's been your boy Brotherhood Gaming HD. Everybody, just please share your thoughts down on this. Do you think that Call of Duty is a monopoly? And please explain to me why you think it's a monopoly. And if you don't think it's a monopoly, just tell me why down in the comments you don't think it's a monopoly overall. But please don't forget to subscribe, like, hit the bell notifications, and I will catch you next one. Peace out, and goodbye, everybody.